everyone, and welcome to Get Celebritized. I'm your host, Aurea McGarry, and on these episodes, I help bring the world to you on influential people that are inspiring you to earn more, live more, and for this episode as well, really big time, give back more. The gentleman you're about to meet has taken fundraising and philanthropy to another level and gotten the youth excited about it, and some celebrities too. So let me introduce you to my guest today, who is none other than Chima. Chima is an architect, an art promoter, a writer, a documentary maker, and the founder of FunDonor, which you're going to hear all about today. This is a little bit about how the FunDonor idea works, and you're going to meet the gentleman behind it all in just a moment. An influencer celebrity will create a fundraising page on the FunDonor platform. This page will last for 30 days or any time frame the influencer chooses. Through this page, the influencer will offer their fans a unique personal experience, anything ranging from a Zoom chat to a personal meetup. These are with influencers and celebrities. Imagine you having a chance for this. For this privilege, the fan must simply donate $1 to the influencer's charity. After 30 days, a winning fan will win the chosen prize, and the winners are chosen at random. The experience will be engaging for them with influencers and some of their favorite celebrities. I'm so excited about this, how a dollar could change lives and change your life at the same time. So Chima, get up here and tell us more about FunDonor. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited as well. Thank you for this amazing opportunity, Aurea. I can't thank you enough. We've been speaking for a while, and I'm so happy we got here in the end.
We finally got here on the show. Now, we've met on social media apps like Clubhouse and Chatter, and your FunDonor premise and your idea how to take philanthropy to the next level and to get youth and young people excited about it is so fascinating. So first, I did a terrible job of telling what it's about. So tell us, what is FunDonor and how did it all get started?
Well, you did. I mean, you said it as it is. It's a platform that is not built yet. We're going to build this platform for raising money for charities. That's the basic element. And it's going to be a fun space. So the idea is fun, donor, fun, donating. That's as simple as that. So you're going to have fun whilst you donate. But it's mainly targeted at young people. Because young people don't normally give. They don't have the money or the means or the incentive, or they're not interested. But this process that we take them through is championed to make them interested, make them have fun, make them engaged in giving.
I love that. You've taken something that the young people, and of course us, a little bit older generation will love too, of course, but you've taken something simple as $1 and you've taken what they love a lot, which is social media, influencers, celebrities, and you brought them together.
Yes.
Because you can change the world $1 at a time. So tell us about what has happened with FunDonor taking the young people's $1, which, they're all spending $7, $8 on a coffee anyway. They can certainly take $1 and put it towards a good cause.
Yeah, let me unpack it in hopefully the right sequence, because at this point, as we're speaking, the platform isn't built. The platform is a very clear idea that is more or less wireframed into a specific delivery method. But at this point, we have a process of getting there. And the in a nutshell, like you said, the platform does one simple thing. It brings an influencer into a space. They come with their own charity. We're not giving a charity to you, it's yours. So most influencers, I think it's about 95%, have a charity or charities that they support.
Oh, yeah.
They have good causes.
Dolly Parton's charity of choice is always on literacy for children. So she would come.
So let's use Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton's the key here now. I don't know her influencer count, but it's probably in the high millions. So take someone like her. Yeah, you could probably check it out. So the key here is that she'll open a page for 30 days. She'll offer her fans a personalized experience. And it could be anything. It could, like you said, a meet and greet, an invitation to come and have a cup of tea or coffee, or it doesn't matter, or a Zoom chat. And whatever that is, all her downline has to do is contribute $1. That's all for the chance to meet her.
She has 7.1 million followers just on Instagram.
That's it. I mean, when you combine the rest, you probably get the much higher figure. So that's in a nutshell how the whole, the platform will work. It will simply do that. But for me, my main goal is making a difference. So it's the kids, the young people. We want to empower those guys to come on board and take charge. That's what we're going to do with FunDonor, because the young people are the ones that are going to be benefiting, and we're inspiring them to give, because they don't. Like I said, they don't. So what we've built into the wireframe is a space for young people to be the instrumental force in this whole project. So they will reach out, they will engage, they will look out for people that they want to meet, or maybe they're role models. You know how it works. I don't know if you have children, but you might have somebody who has a role model. Yes, and whoever their role model is, they'll think, they're excited about it. They'd love to meet them, or they'd love to interface with them. That's what this does. It gives them that opportunity to do that. We have a partner in what's called the handbook. The handbook is like a celebrity database, about 800,000 database people in there with all the information you want. So everything you need to know about this person, what they have for breakfast, what they have for dinner, where they go to socialize, what they, who their lawyer is, who their age, everything you need, and their numbers and their contacts and their data is there. So you have that raw data, and you use it to reach out to people. And remember, at that point when we're making this happen, you probably have a lot more publicity around it as well. But to help, you have this handbook. So we'll give that as a resource to young ambassadors that come on the platform as volunteers and say, I want to engage with my role models. I want to do this. I want to do something.
So they set up the fundraiser. So it's up to them to reach out to the celebrity.
They reach out. They make the connection, and they onboard them through the process. And once they do that, and we verify that, they more or less get a stake in the process. So they get a percentage, 1% of the take-ins.
Nice. So it's really like a good project for them to learn business and salesmanship, because
there's a lot.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
There's a lot. So when they do that, think about it this way: they're then reaching out. So they're making connections, they're networking, they're having fun on social media. And if a connection's made, they get earnings from that. So that 1% isn't something they can just go. They can't go to Vegas and gamble. No, that's not what it's about. It's about changing lives. It's about, acts of kindness.
So you say 1%. Is it 1% cash or 1% in credit?
No. 1% goes into what's called their token bank. They have a kind of banking system on the platform where their money is contained. So that money is ring-fenced. There's a percentage that will go as cash as thank you, but the algorithm will work out the rest, and it's ring-fenced to do good things. It's about changing people's lives. So you might buy a book for somebody who doesn't have access to books in Tanzania. You might do a mission trip to India to go to Motherless Babies Home and have fun. You might do a Red Bull skydive for another charity, or you might want to contribute to somebody who wants to do it. Who wants to do it?
Reinvest in more good, and a little bit of a tip, which is fine. But people that are philanthropy don't care so much about that. But it's a nice little bonus for young people, so they have a little something.
Remember,
great idea.
Remember, when they're doing this, they're sharing, they're telling their story, they're TikToking, they're Instagramming. People are seeing this activity, these great things happening, and they say, oh, this is great. The influencer who brought them on board is seeing the same thing and says, wow, I didn't know that all that was going to happen from this simple, what I'm trying to raise money for. Great. The downline is all this activity that's interconnected.
Oh my God.
That should inspire further contribution. Have you John Cena and his Make-A-Wish Foundation, Make-A-Wish contribution? Mm-hmm. He's done that over 650 times. 650.
What has he done?
The Make-A-Wish for kids.
Yeah. Oh, 650.
Yeah, he's made 650 wishes come true.
Wow.
So when somebody says to me, because I get this a lot, you get criticism. This sounds like something that may just come and go. No. When you see what it's impacting on young lives, you're not going to go. You're going to stay. You're going to want to do it again and again and again, and want to impact more. So that's the young people. They're the ones that drive it. Yeah,
I love it. It gives them such great education at the same time. The worst part about being the entrepreneur that I've been for decades, is making the phone calls. Reaching, oh no, I got to make a phone call. I got to follow up. People always hate that. And you're tackling that, teaching them how to reach out, how to make phone calls, how to make things happen, how to close. And even though it's not a sale, but it is a sale, it's selling them on coming in and participating. All great business skills without them having to go, say, oh my gosh, I have to go to business school. Yeah. It's not for everybody. So I love this. It's very interactive.
But then let me tell you why. Sometimes people want to know, why are you doing it? What happened? What is it that triggered your
question, Chima.
Okay. So for me, I mean, there's two things. I have an arts NGO. I've been promoting young artists for years, for almost 20 years now, since 2005. And what I've discovered early on was engaging young people, children. It unlocks different magic. All sorts of magic comes to an exhibition space when you engage kids and they write about the experience and they bring that into the exhibition space. Amazing. And so we've been doing that to complement our the artists that we have on our systems, and we do that all over the place. And so we did one of the major impactful ones I did was when I wrote on my bio was about the tour in Nigeria that was about 2012. It engaged over 1,000 public sector kids, empowered them into creative writing and creative expression through art. And then we had a competition. And so we had 4 major zones, and in each zone we had 3 winners. So 1, 2, 3, first, second, third. And they were all ranging from the age of about 10, 11 to about 15. Yeah, young kids. Now, what happened at the end is we brought them to Lagos. Lagos is like the industrial hub of Nigeria. And we brought them a few celebrity artists in the space, and they had an amazing time in Lagos. And then they had a competition. The 12 people that were on there had a competition. And it was judged by some, celebrities, some very high profile artists, I must say. And the winner was the one who was invited by the Queen, Her Majesty the Queen. So that winner was taken from, imagine a little village in eastern Nigeria, all the way to Buckingham Palace to present 2 portraits for the Queen.
I got to ask you, because I have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch the show. They're going, how did you make that connection? Because we know that entrepreneurship is all about who you know and connecting and relationship building. How did you make that connection?
It's audacity. What I did was some years ago, I had an artist who did this amazing piece, and we gifted it to Prince Charles for his his wedding. To commit when they got married, we gifted that painting. It's about 6 foot by 4 foot down.
How did you gift it to him? Because how do most people get to Prince?
Because we'd been doing lots of exhibitions in that kind of space, so we had a few connections. Okay. And I did lean on people and said, "Oh, we'll do this." So we gifted it. We wrote to them and said, "Oh yeah, that's fine. It's a gift, so we'll accept it." So we took it to Clarence House, and that's how I got into the royal books, kind of. And I don't leave it there. I keep writing once in a while to remind them that I'm there. So
build a relationship.
Don't forget. Yeah, don't forget. And then when it came to this point, I wrote in again and said, "Can I have an audience with the curator, the royal curator?" And said, "Oh yeah." And they loved the idea, and so that's how it became. Yeah. So now,
why don't you, Chima? I love it. You're giving everybody permission to dream big.
Now, if you go to the Royal Collection website, please say this.
No, I'm going to.
I want people to check this out. If you go to the Royal Collection, just put Royal Collection in Google. When it comes up, type in there his surname. His surname is Omeke.
Omeke.
Omeke. And then that will bring up the 2 paintings and the provenance. So you can now see for yourself. This is the Royal Collection that has people like Michelangelo in there, Leonardo da Vinci, Titian, the great artists. And he can say his claim is he's amongst them now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that is when that kind of thing happens, it's like you can do anything.
You really can. You really stretch yourself, and you really
utilize. I love empowering kids. I love it. I did an exhibition just before COVID, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but on the day of the actual final exhibition workshops that were going to be kids, where parents, because the 3 schools were involved, and parents were coming, teachers were coming, the principals were coming, stakeholders were coming, funders were coming, everybody was coming. And the day I had a facilitator, her name is called Shola. She's an amazing lady. She has magic in her voice and fingers. She can make kids do anything. So she would have done the workshops. But that morning she called me and said, I'm sorry, I can't make it. I'm sorry, someone's come up. I said, you can't be sorry today. No, I'm sorry. She couldn't come. I had no idea I couldn't turn anywhere. Where'd you go on the last day? So I just had to do it myself. And that was the best day of my life, because I learned from imagining and visualizing her approach how to handle these workshops. And I managed to bring out from those kids an amazing experience. They did it. They built a diversity tree using their cultural diversity stories, and we still have that on the website. It's amazing stuff. So that's why I empower kids. I love it. And so I wanted to bring this energy into this platform and not only empower them, but reward them for something they're doing to change other people's lives. That's my story.
It's a wonderful story, Chima, and it's got all the elements of for one thing, you light up when you talk about the kids. So it's so great to see somebody who really loves the kids and wants to help them. And you've taken some of the things that have motivated them, like social media influencers, celebrities. I'm sure you have everybody in there, like sports celebrities, social media celebrities, just they can pick. And you've also taken where they can make a little bit of cash. Why not? Nothing wrong with helping them capitalism and making some money and knowing what to do with that, and then taking a part of it and teaching them how to invest, because you're investing in reinvesting to more good. So it's got all these great juicy pieces to it.
Changing lives, acts of kindness.
Changing lives, but the life skills you're teaching them is incredible. So tell us where you are now, and you said it's not launched yet. So tell us what's happening and how we can help you. When we can expect this to.
September is a magic month. I took a challenge from, you see, we've been talking, I've been promoting, talking, and trying to build this to the best moment over the past few years. And my sister brought me into stark reality last October. I said, look, stop that. You're not going to get the best moment. It will never come. You keep doing that, and you'll be doing it until you're 90. It's not going to happen. Stop it. And if you're going to do it, do it. And when you do and make that decision, those best moments will find you.
I love that. She's so right. Good for her.
Don't look for them. They'll find you.
There's never no perfect moment in life for anything. To get married, to have kids.
Look at you. You found me. Look, it's working.
Yeah.
So she said it. Do that. And then Christina challenged me last month. But I don't know if you were there. She challenged me. And I said, we're going to do it in September.
Okay,
and
when?
I said, oops. Did I just say that? But I did. So then I said, I must stick to this, and I'm going to do it. So we're going to do it in September. So by the end of September, we're going to launch a small crowdfund. Let me tell you how it's going to work. Yeah. Okay. What we want to do is make you and anyone out there part of this project. Yes, you. All you need to do is contribute $1 or more. You said don't mention $1, maybe I don't know. Whatever you want to.
Only $1, but we could do this.
No. I want people maybe for you it'd be a bit more inflated. But anyway, what happens is simple. You contribute the $1 and it buys you a stake for life on our platform. We want to build a banner. So when you see this, you can see our picture across the screen like this, right? So imagine this is a banner for your website. So where you have your menu bar at the top of the screen, you have your logo and all the menu feeds at the top. Then you have the banner with the picture and a bit of information there. That picture, we want to make it yours. And anyone out there, we call it the 50,000 Voices campaign. We want 50,000 people to sign up, contribute $1 or more, which gives you a stake to run this platform with us. Wow. That gives us accountability. I want people to come on board and be part of it. So what will you do? You send in a small picture of yourself, like maybe a passport image. We will build that image. In fact, you will place it yourself. So when we start, it will be a blank canvas. You log into fundonor.com. You'll be shown it's all there. And then you can place your image where you want on this canvas.
Kind of like one of those images you see that have all the little pictures in them.
Yes.
Those little pixels, but they're all pictures. The further you move out, the more it looks like a face. You move in and you see all the little faces in it.
Perfect. Aurea, I don't need to even explain. It's you 100%. So that image will be the base and the foundation of the platform. Now, with that image, you get a hyperlink. You don't just get an image. You get a link and an interface to the website and to the internal workings of FunDonor. So what you're expected to do with that link is contribute and talk and share and help and create and do anything you think will help the platform build and grow. So you can do that with the internal workforce with FunDonor once we're set up. And we want your voice. We don't want to do it ourselves. We want to be criticized. We want you to tell us that that is rubbish and this is how it should be. And when you do, we'll talk to the 50,000 and say, hey, what do you think? And we'll listen to you and we'll put what you say on that banner. So that banner will be fluid. It will change. It may change every other day. So you might go to India and visit this lovely, I don't know, could be a home for babies or motherless babies. And you have a nice picture and you want to share it on the platform. Say, can we share it on the FunDonor platform? You say, yeah, if the other people want it, yes. You talk about it. We do it. We change things. Or how about creating this interface? Yes, we do it. So we want people to come on board with $1 or more, right, and be a permanent fixture on the platform. Now, the guys developing it are very technical, so it's going to be you're not going to be able to get nude pictures on there. You're not going to have defamatory content. Yeah, it will all be vetted through AI and before it's released. But then once you're there, it's for life.
And then this is the platform that the young people will use for their fundraisers.
Yes, but remember, this is just the banner. Below the banner is where all the action takes place.
Gotcha.
So the website itself is all staged below the banner. Now you need to imagine the next. So I'm getting excited.
I love it. Please go.
Excited. The way it will work is there will be 10 people on the first page. 10 people on the first page in order of who has raised the most cash. So you're Dolly Parton. You've raised, I don't know, $75,000.
75 million. Come on, let's think higher.
Well, let's start with 1,000. And Beyonce comes in and she raises $1 million. So what happens? Dolly Parton's image and the profile goes down and Beyonce's goes above you. That's how. So if you think about it, there's two of us on here, right? Mm-hmm. If you think of a layer above with one long image, that will be how it starts. The biggest person at the top, the next two below, the next three below that, and the last four below them. So the lower you go on the page, the less information you'll see. And the idea is this: the influencer wants to be at the top. They don't want to be in the middle of the bottom.
Yeah, no kidding. Work with the egos, for sure.
They want to be at the top. So when they visit the page and they see that they've slipped down, hey, they're going to tweet again. No, what's wrong with you? Come on, guys. I only need $1. Push me back up. So that's another interaction.
And behind that influencer is a youth that has connected with them and gotten them on the page, and then it's helping the fundraising.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha. But the celebrities, the influencers are on that page.
Now I'm going to ask you something critical.
Okay.
If you transplant this page, think about we're now going into the app. The app will come with this as well.
Okay.
If you transplant that page, are you a trustee on the Emmys?
I'm on the board of governors.
Now listen to this. I went to the board of governors for the Oscars. See how bold I was. Because
You're already talking to the Queen. You can't get much bolder than that.
No, because I wanted to say, look, I have this cool idea that I think if you took this into an Oscars environment, you could raise millions of dollars in a night. Millions. Because they were building a museum of moving image or something some years ago. And so when I wrote to the Emmys, I wrote to the Grammys, I wrote to everybody. I was just writing to anybody. And the Oscars were the biggest guys that no one else replied, but the Oscars did. And this guy wrote back and said, "Oh, that's interesting. It sounds like something we could use if it was developed." And I thought, wow.
Well, the Oscars, the Emmys, and the Grammys, all of them are all nonprofit organizations. So you can actually have a celebrity spokesperson, and they're donating to the Emmys or the Oscars or the Grammys. They're nonprofits because we all have a foundation. Like on the Emmys, we have a foundation that gives scholarships to up and coming creators, to the student youth.
Imagine this. Imagine this app coming into the Emmys on Emmys nights. How long is Emmys? About 4 hours, 5 hours?
It's longer, but
6 hours.
No, right, so probably about 3 hours. About 3 hours.
All right. So for 3 hours. Let's say the Oscars. Look at what happened with Will Smith. So for you have a time frame of about 4 hours where you just go sit down and you're not doing anything except watching people go and take awards and speeches and bored. It must be boring. What are you going to do? What are you doing there? Drinking maybe, whatever. But you're not necessarily doing anything productive. With this app, it changes the whole picture, because when you walk in the door, you have the opportunity to register for this process at the door in that event. And what they're saying is, we're raising money for your specific chosen charity of the event, whatever it is at the time. Are you interested? And if you are, it will take you 1 minute to register for the Oscars, and we'll use the app just for that standalone time for that event, and we'll broadcast it there. So what will take place is, in the intermissions, you can beam that page of 10 people and see who's at the top and who's at the bottom.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then there'll be excitement, because if you remember 50 Cent and Mayweather and their big feud, bring that fight into something like this, where you're raising money and awareness, you're changing lives at the same time. Why are you dissing each other in public but not doing anything with it? Produce something tangible with that. So that's what the app will do in events. So we want to do that in terms of what we do. But yeah, that's down the line. But the main platform, we're going to do the crowdfund. We're going to start and kick it off at the end of September. I estimate about 3 months to build up the 50,000 names. We want people to, when they come on, just nominate one more person. If you come on with $1, just tell one more person, make sure they're on board. And that way we build until we finish. Once we've done it, it closes. There's no more. You can't get on again.
Do you want kids on this yet or not? This is just for
anyone. So long as it's we have a clear parental consent process.
Okay.
They must have that guardianship or parental consent.
So you can do mother, daughters, fathers and sons. You can have
everybody.
That'd be cool. Teachers and students.
Do you remember the $1 million homepage?
Sounds
Alex Chu. Is it his
name? Yes.
He's a young guy. I don't think he was in his late teens or early 20s when he developed this page, and he just did it he had no money for his school fees. So let me just think what can I do? Oh, I'll make a page, and I call it $1 million homepage. And he raised over $1 million in 5 months because of a wacky idea. He wasn't doing anything, just paying his school fees. Then he tried to replicate the idea, but he couldn't. Now, I'm saying this because the way that site works is kind of slightly like what that banner will do. So when you move your mouse across the banner, your image will pop up. So if you stop your mouse somewhere, someone's image will pop up. That person has that stake there. Then you can click on their image, and it opens up their portal to what they're doing or what they're saying, or their Instagram, or whatever it is, and how and what they're contributing to FunDonor in terms of ideas. That's what it's all about. So you can go to anyone and look around and read and see what people are doing on the 50,000 banner. Yeah, and that's what the million homepage did with companies. So you could scroll around and pick out people and look at them. But this guy went into depression because he tried to do it again, and he kept failing. And then he created Calm. Have you heard of Calm?
No, what is it?
Calm, it's like a meditation site worth $2 billion now.
Wow, so he failed forward to success. He had a big success.
Failed all the way
up. All failures.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. And then now he's got, what is this now? What's the next thing he did?
That's it, Calm. Calm. It's called Calm.
Calm.
Just Calm.com. It's a portal for mainly meditation and depression and mental health, and supporting structures for that in a holistic way. So he's used that now. It's massive. It's incredible.
Glad he didn't give up. That's phenomenal.
No, he didn't. So yeah, that's the basis of the framework.
This is amazing. So now you're talking September today. So let us know right now what's going to happen. We're September 2024. So whenever people are watching this,
you haven't got the date.
What's the big call to action? I put fundonor.com on the screen. So what is this first thing we have to do? Can we do it now? Do we have to wait to the end of the
now? You can subscribe, which is what I ask everyone to do. So we're building up the subscriber base.
Okay.
And through that subscription process, everything you need to know will come through that.
Perfect.
We'll push it through there. So that's the first thing. Once
you on your website.
Yes, fundonor.com.
Gotcha.
Once we make the announcement, then the website will change. The developers will change. It will be that very clear interface that is asking you to, buy your $1. We're linking it through Indiegogo as well. There's 2 options: our website or through Indiegogo. But you can use any of them to contribute your $1 or more, as you told me off, or more, to build this
Starbucks money.
idea. Yeah, to build the idea. And then at the end of the day, it's about then the traction. I've already got a few people that will most likely start this off, so that's great. But there's always more. Yeah, it's about getting that celebrity influence that will, make this happen. Put it
So
that way.
that's the next thing. You're saying you need celebrity influencers. Can the
Hmm.
average person that knows somebody of influence, do you want them to connect them to you right now? Or are you
Of
going to wait for
course.
the kids to do that?
No, 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 no. Because if we get anything now, any shout out, any encouragement, anything that's like, whoa, this is good, it builds, it makes things happen.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
incredible. So if you have somebody or someone that you think this, if you're ready to put your clout to the idea and say, okay, I back this idea 100%. This is what and then all we need to do is start looking at ways to shout it out. Then
Okay.
great, that builds the momentum.
So
Then
the
the dollar's easy, yeah, because
okay.
a dollar's affordable. A
Yes.
dollar's not much.
And shouting out is affordable because it's free. And we all know somebody who knows somebody with a bigger influence. And it's just like that snowball effect. So I love that you have not because you ask not. And you're starting to open up now and ask people, who do you know? Can you either
Yeah,
do $1, sign up, subscribe, or do
yeah.
you have no one influencers? Lots of little things we can do that'll make a big difference.
But
Kind of
you
like
know what?
your
Yeah.
collage. All those little faces all make up a bigger picture.
But you know what I was told, and I think it's true. You really have to have the passion and be interested, because if you're not, it won't work. So when people go out and get celebrities to endorse them, but the celebrity has no interest in you, nothing happens, because they really need to tie into it and believe that this is something worth their investment and time. And if you don't have that belief, it can fizzle out. I read of something that I think Jennifer Lopez was supposed to be the face of this product, but she wasn't interested. It was just, I'll just do this for you. And nothing happened. But when you take an interest and you share with your fans and you tell them, oh, I love this. This is what I want to be behind. I want this to work. It's totally game changing.
Really.
Game changing. That's the difference.
It reminds me of the quote that Mary Kay Ash used to always tell us, and that was, people help to support that which they help to create.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing that right now. You're letting people
Yes.
help you create this website. You said you'll take their
Yes.
ideas, you'll take their criticism. So here's the creation part. So you know that support will stay because they're going to feel that
Yes.
sense of belonging as it grows. Like, hey, I helped make that happen. Because they
Yes.
feel like a part of it. Again, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as we talk. So you're allowing other people to pour into you, and you're listening. And they're going to love that because people will help to support even bigger that which they help to create. Very, very wise. Very, very smart. So
And one, like when I mentioned John Cena, it's because people ask that a lot, all the time. What is it? What will excite the celebrity? What will make them? Why would it be something they want to do? And I say, just look at John Cena. He's put smiles on kids' faces because of making their wishes come true through a specific process. And he does it again and again and again because it gives him that feeling.
mhm.
If you're watching if you're looking at downline from what you've done, impacting lives, getting young people excited across the globe, going and doing mission trips and excited to go and do things here and do things there, you're going to be inspired. You're going to want to do that again because it's made a difference. If you just did it and there was nothing to it, then maybe you wouldn't want to bother again.
Yeah, and something that you're doing that's really important is when they're reaching out to the influencers, celebrities, sports figures, whatever, you're not asking, hey, look at me, help me. You're saying, I want to help your charity of choice.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
get to come with your charity of choice, and we're just going to blow it up even bigger. It'd be great for their brand, great for people to say, wow, look what they're doing. It reminds me of, was it Kevin Bacon went
Yes.
to a high school prom last year. Why? Because one girl had the gumption to ask. And
Yeah.
every once in a while you get that yes because they want to be involved, they want to help,
Yeah.
they want to support something that's fun and cool because everybody likes this social media buzz. So if you're coming to the celebrities with I want to help you and you can be a part of this, then you never know who's going to say yes to that.
And
You're not selling anything.
one thing I haven't even said. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
Oh no, go right ahead.
Yeah, but one of the key things was this. Did I mention about Madonna and the school?
No, go right ahead.
When the real trigger for me was when I went on safari to Malawi. That was some years ago now, and I was interested to go on because Madonna was building a school there for, I don't know, it's an orphanage or something school, but I went to see this school. I was excited. So I'd love to see this. I might see Madonna. And so I got to the school. Well, there wasn't a school. There was nothing there. There was just a piece of land. There was a signboard, but there was no school, no activity, no nothing. And I thought, this is the place. And I made sure that it was the right place. The signboard was clear. And then I asked people around, what happened? What is it? Where's the school? And eventually somebody said, look, the school's gone. There's no school. The money for the school has been disappeared. And that was, $11 million gone.
Wow.
And that was like a shock because I didn't contribute to that charity. I didn't know, but we contribute to charities. I do that all the time. So it's our money. It's just gone with no accountability, no appropriation, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? And I thought this should not happen. And so one of the key things, if you look on the website, the two things is empower young people, make charities accountable. And so we can
inspect what you expect. It's really important that if you couldn't have done that yourself, let's say you were investing in something, send somebody who can inspect what you expect. There has to be accountability.
Yeah. So we created this protocol, very specific, very clear, and it mandates the charity to designate a senior exec to produce an audit trail that is specific. For whatever money we're giving, the agreement is very clear. You must provide this very specific, transparent audit that anybody can ask for. So if you, Aurea, gave $1 and you say, let me see where my dollar's going, they must supply that data for you, which you must be able to verify. And if we can't verify it, we stop the money. It must be verifiable, authentic, and we can prove it. That's where it is. So anyone asks questions, we've done this. This is the audit trail. That's information. I've done my bit. That's where it's going. Yeah, and that's how we want to make them accountable.
That's the way it all should be. It should all be that way. That's why I'm very particular on charities that I help and give to. I want to make sure that I know where it's going. And many, many times, the founder is somebody I know personally who takes the goods and services personally to wherever it's going, or it's something place local. I can see the animal rescue, or I can see it already, being put to good use. So this is really important. I'm really glad that you do that. And I love that you will do the same for somebody who donates $1 million, for somebody who donates $1. That's amazing.
I would love to do myself. My dream, I'm sorry, let me just say this last thing. I don't know if it's a lot, but my dream is to actually go on some of these trips. So actually go to these places where this money is being spent.
That'd be nice.
And help, do something, contribute. If I can lift a hoe, if I can pull whatever it is that needs to be done in the community.
Build a wall, paint a school.
Yeah, I'd love to go and do it.
And you will.
I'd love to do it. And I don't want to do it by being, oh, this is me, I'm coming. No, I'll completely quietly.
Yeah.
No one knows I'm going. No one knows who I am. I'd love to remain anonymous and just go there.
Right.
Help out and leave. That's it.
Well, you will, Chima. I have no doubt. And you're just so enthusiastic about this. You have such a love for the kids, the youth, the nonprofit. This is such a phenomenal idea. So as we get to the close and down to our last remarks, I want to know one thing before we get to the close, and that is, as a child growing up, what do you think the biggest influence on you being the way you are now, this person that wants to help and give back and create these amazing out-of-the-box opportunities, that you're not a limited thinker. You think big and you execute big, but you include everybody in the process. So what do you think in your childhood or being brought up or somewhere in your past really made the biggest difference to you being the way you are today?
I would say my mother, without any question of a doubt. My dad, I respected more than any human being alive, but my mom was my inspirational point. So two things. I write. I've written a book. I've written a novel that's been published probably next year when we get around to the nitty-gritty. But what happened, I wrote a book when I was 9 in school for a project. And then there was nothing like a computer. We didn't have storage or hard drives. We couldn't put them on a Google or back them up to anywhere or email. No, it was all pen, paper. And so I submitted the assignment and my teacher never gave it back. She lost it. So my mom went to kill this teacher. I'm serious. She really, she was on a mission. She was going to kill this teacher. It was terrible. I mean, luckily she survived, but you know.
Glad. But she was mad.
But
Stand up for her boy. Oh my God.
that to me was like, okay, yeah.
Oh,
That was my mom. On my dad's side, when I was about 10, 11, roughly 10, yeah. I think I sent it to you in the profile. I painted a portrait of the president of Nigeria. And I just like painting. That was my hobby. My dad, my dad is a rare person. Normally in Africa, in Nigeria, dads will want you to be doctors or lawyers or do this and do. He just said, whatever your calling is and what you're great and good, feel good at, I'd like you to do that. And so he saw this in me in art. Said, you must be an artist. You have to try that. I even didn't listen. I went to do architecture. But that portrait, when I was 10, he loved it. And he said, you know what? Why don't we give it to the president?
I love it. Let's have the president, the queen.
How am I going to do
There's
that?
the big thinking.
He said, we'll just give it to him. How? I said, don't worry. And he called up the vice president. The vice president was his colleague during the war, the Biafra war. And he said, oh, yeah, that's amazing. Come along, come to Lagos. And made a date. We all went. We went to meet the president. Luckily for me, the president wasn't there. He was called away, but I presented it to the vice president.
What do you mean lucky for you? Didn't you want to meet him?
I was dying of nerves. I don't think I would have survived.
Yes, you would.
So I could be okay with this colleague because I knew him a little bit, but not the president.
I'm agree.
So yeah, that happened. I got a scholarship and a few things from it, but
so you got your passion.
That was inspiring, yeah.
Yeah, you got your passion. I think your fiery will to change the world and make a bigger impact from your mom, and then you got this out of the box thinking, and why not from your dad? Sure, let's call up the Queen. Let's call up Prince Charles. Why not? They're all really, at the end of the day, just people. Yeah. They've got these big jobs, but they're people. Yeah. And you said, why not? I know someone. And you don't worry about the how sometimes. Like, let's give it to the president. Don't know how yet, but I know someone. That's what it's all about. I love that. Just take the lid off that box, throw it away, pop open that box, cut down the walls, and there you go. And you're going to do that with all of your impact with FunDonor for sure. So I'm really excited about your future. Oh my gosh. All right. And your final words. What do you want? I know you're going to know the answer to this. What do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, I just want to be remembered for empowering young people to give back. That's basically it. I want people to be able to look back and say, wow, this guy made or energized this young person to change their life. That's what I want to do. I feel bad. I mean, the other day I was on a train. Did I tell you this? Mm-hmm. I was on a train and somebody came by asking for money, begging. And I don't carry money. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. And he looked and stopped and said, please check. I said, I don't have any. He said, no, can you please check? And he was doing this, please check. Aww. No one else. Everyone, there's a train full of people. He could hardly move, but he stopped in front of me and was saying, please check. And I said, look, I'm so sorry. I don't have anything. And then after a while, he moved on. And I went back to what I was doing and I thought, actually, I didn't even check, let me check. And I looked in my pocket and I found some money. And I felt so terrible. I really did. In tears. Aww. I actually got up and went to look for this guy. Down the train. The trains are quite long. And he'd got on, he'd left the train. And I said, never again will I hesitate. If somebody asked me, that wasn't him, that was something higher than him saying to check.
Check your pocket. Wow, what area do you live in? I know you're over in the UK.
London, in Hornchurch. There's an area called Hornchurch in London. It's a nice peaceful place. It's quite nice. We have a train that runs behind the house, but it's quite a nice train.
I love that. Well, Chima, you are a wonderful, wonderful person, and you are living your legacy right now. You will be remembered for this and so much more. You have only just taken the box off the small box. You've got bigger and bigger boxes to take these lids off of, and all these kids and all these people are going to tap in and do it with you. It's going to be so amazing. I'll be right there by your side, Chima. FunDonor.com. Hope everybody watching and listening will take a moment. Just take a look at FunDonor.com. You will not be sorry. And if nothing else, subscribe and be a part of the conversation. And you never know where you'll end up. You'll never know what part you might play. So just give it a whirl. And I love, Chima, that you're constantly saying you will, send validation. You will, hey, I don't care if you give $1. You want to know where it goes? Here you go. That's very reassuring to people that want to give something, but really don't want to ever go to a place like you did and see nothing there except, hopes, wishes, and dreams and $11 million off in the wind. Never done anything good. That won't happen with Chima in front of this. So thank you, Chima, for that. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for finally being on Get Celebritized, because we want to help people earn more so they can live more so that they can be a fund donor more.
Thank you. Thank you, Aurea. I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's amazing making this happen. I didn't dream it would be like this, but it's incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm glad we finally got to do it. Until next time, everybody, this is Aurea McGarry and Chima from FunDonor.com, helping the world be a better place. Until next time, have a good day. Bye.